In the grand finale of The Princess's Gambit, Shenziyi risked his life to test the antidote and help Tao Hua detoxify the poison. The fourth prince was granted the title of Crown Prince and is destined to inherit the throne. Even after eliminating Mu Wuyin and Empress Lu, Shenziyi and Tao Hua still faced one last challenge. The Jiangtaodan poison in Jiang Tao Hua's body remained unresolved. It turned out that the old maidservant named Mei, who had served Empress Lu closely, was the one who originally concocted the Jiangtaodan. In the end, she was also the one who revealed the antidote, saving Jiang Tao Hua's life. Madame Mei had once been Empress Lu's trusted imperial physician. When she heard the news of Empress Lu being burned to death in Dachi, she faked her death to escape, but was later captured by the state preceptor, Tian Mo Chen. All those in Beiyuan who once followed Empress Lu had been poisoned by Madame Mei, including Tian Mo Chen himself, so she was not expected to survive. Knowing the weight of her sins, she confessed that disobedience to Empress Lu would have meant certain death. To live, she had no choice but to obey. Burdened by guilt and with no one to turn to, she planned to escape when she realized Empress Lu could never return. However, Tian Mo Chen imprisoned her in a secret dungeon. When Jiang Tao Hua returned to Beiyuan in search of the antidote, she encountered the state preceptor once more. It was then revealed that before the king of Beiyuan passed away, he had left behind an imperial edict declaring Changju as his successor, but the edict was hidden in the secret dungeon. To test Jiang Tao Hua, Tian Mo Chen set a trap. She had to choose between saving the edict or saving Madame Mei. Ultimately, Jiang Tao Hua chose to save a life. As she watched the edict consumed by flames when the mechanism was triggered, she felt no regret. For a human life was worth more than a sheet of paper. Even without the edict, she believed she could still help Changju ascend the throne. In doing so, she passed Tian Mo Chen's test. As it turned out, the edict was blank from the beginning. Tian Mo Chen only wanted to see whether Jiang Tao Hua could maintain her compassion after all the hardships. Only someone who truly cared for the people could lead Beiyuan. Now, both the edict and Madame Mei were entrusted to her. That was when she learned that the old woman before her could indeed cure the Jiangtaodan poison. But the poison's flare-up was imminent, and time was running out. Tao Hua's body could no longer withstand the torment. The antidote required a rare medicinal herb. Madame Mei could not guarantee the antidote's effectiveness. Before returning from Dachi in her feigned death, Empress Lu had ventured into the desert and burned all the remaining antidotal herbs, only to die there as well. Shenziyi volunteered to ingest the Jiangtaodan to help test the antidote. Despite Madame Mei's repeated warnings, he remained firm in his decision. From that day forward, Madame Mei came to the apothecary daily. Yet, despite numerous attempts, she could not fully neutralize the poison. After great effort, Shenziyi managed to bring back a wilted herb. Fortunately, its medicinal properties were still intact. However, it was only enough to produce 1.5 doses. Shenziyi took half, leaving the rest for Jiang Tao Hua. Due to the prolonged accumulation of poison in her body, Tao Hua fell ill and couldn't leave her bed. Luckily, Shenziyi returned just in time with the medicine. As for Shenziyi, it was fortunate that the wilted plant still had a few viable seeds. Jiang Tao Hua planted them in the soil, waiting for them to bloom again so another dose of the antidote could be made. Through that, Shenziyi would be completely cured. By then, Beiyuan had a new ruler in place. Dachi had also eliminated its internal strife. After being named Crown Prince, the fourth prince began recruiting talented people. The court was no longer a place reserved only for the nobility, it welcomed gifted individuals from humble backgrounds. At last, the Jiangtaodan poison in both Shenziyi and Tao Hua was completely neutralized. Both Beiyuan and Dachi welcomed virtuous rulers. Peace returned to the land, and the people lived in harmony, a perfect and satisfying ending.